your Kansas license is suspended and the state says you need an SR22, SR22 Direct can help you get the right policy started today. The rules can feel confusing at first, but the goal is simple. Get the required coverage in place, keep it active, and avoid anything that could delay the reinstatement. An SR22 is a certificate, not a separate insurance policy. It is proof filed with the Kansas Department of Revenue, showing that your coverage meets the state's required liability limits. Kansas minimum liability limits are $25, $50, $25. That means $25,000 per person for bodily injury, $50,000 per accident for bodily injury, and $25,000 for property damage. The SR22 creates a link between your active policy and your driving record. If your policy cancels or your coverage lapses while the SR22 is required, the state can be notified, which may lead to another suspension or a delay in reinstatement. Several situations can lead to an SR22 requirement in Kansas. This may include DUI-related violations, driving without insurance, being at fault in an accident without proper coverage, accumulating too many violations, or other serious driving issues. The point of the SR22 is to prove financial responsibility going forward. Kansas is different from many other states because the SR22 requirement is often shorter. In many Kansas cases, drivers must maintain SR22 proof for 12 continuous months, but the exact requirement can depend on the reason for the suspension and what the state requires in your case. Consecutive coverage matters. If you miss a payment, cancel your policy, or switch insurance companies before the new SR22 is active, the state can be notified. A gap in coverage can lead to another suspension or create problems when completing your required SR22 period. Insurance premiums often increase after an SR22 requirement, especially if the violation involved DUI, reckless driving, driving without insurance, or an accident. The exact increase depends on your driving history, vehicle, location, coverage limits, and the company you choose. Kansas rates can vary from one carrier to another, so shopping multiple options can make a real difference. The SR22 filing fee itself is usually manageable, often $15 to $50 at a one-time cost. The bigger financial impact usually comes from the insurance premium. If you do not own a vehicle, a non-owner SR22 policy may be an option. This can provide liability coverage when you drive vehicles you do not own and is often less expensive than a policy that covers a vehicle you do own. Set up autopay, keep your policy active, and make sure any new SR22 is in place before your old policy ends. Visit SR22direct.com to get your Kansas SR22 policy started today and compare rates, or call or text 888-620-SR22. That's 888-620-7722. Agents are standing by to help you get legal and back on the road today.